The way your dog looks at you is not random. That soft stare, the tail wag, the way they follow you from room to room, it's not just cute behavior. It's psychology. And if you've ever wondered why your heart feels different around dogs, why their presence calms you, why losing one feels like losing family, there's a deep reason for that. Loving dogs isn't just a hobby. It says something powerful about your brain, your emotions, and even your personality. And once you understand this, you will never look at your bond with your dog the same way again. Here's the thing. Humans and dogs have been connected for over 15,000 years. That's not just history, that's evolution. Somewhere along the way, dogs stopped being wild animals and started becoming emotional partners, and our brains adapted too. When you look into your dog's eyes, your brain releases oxytocin, the same hormone released between parents and babies. Think about that for a second. Your brain reacts to your dog the way it reacts to someone you deeply love and want to protect. That's not weakness. That's biology. And here's where it gets interesting. Dogs evolved to read us. Not just our commands, but our moods. Studies show dogs can recognize human facial expressions. They know when you're sad. They know when you're stressed. They even know when you're pretending to be okay. Have you ever noticed how your dog comes closer when you've had a bad day? Maybe they rest their head on your lap without you asking. That's not a coincidence. That's emotional attunement. Dogs are wired to sync with us. Most owners don't realize this, but loving dogs often means you value emotional safety. Dogs offer unconditional positive regard. They don't judge your appearance. They don't care about your job title. They don't hold grudges about small mistakes. When you love dogs, it may be because you deeply appreciate relationships that feel secure and stable. In a world that moves fast and feels unpredictable, dogs offer consistency. They are there. Every day. Same loyalty. Same energy. Same energy. But here's the surprising part. It's not just about what dogs give you, it's about what you give them. When you love dogs, you activate nurturing behavior. Your brain shifts into caregiving mode, feeding them, protecting them, teaching them, watching them grow. This caregiving response boosts your own sense of purpose. That's why many people say their dog saved them during a difficult time. It's not magic. It's psychological reinforcement. It's not magic. It's psychological reinforcement. Caring for another being gives your life structure and meaning. Now think about this. Why do some people feel instantly connected to dogs, while others feel neutral? Research suggests that people who score higher in empathy often feel stronger bonds with animals. If you love dogs deeply, you likely pick up on subtle emotional cues. The small tilt of their head, the slight change in their bark, the difference between a playful jump and an anxious one. You don't just see behavior, you feel intention, and that emotional sensitivity extends to human relationships too. Does your dog follow you everywhere, even to the bathroom? Let me know in the comments, because this next part explains why that happens and why you might secretly love it. Dogs are pack animals. In the wild, survival depended on staying close. When your dog shadows you, it's not clinginess in a negative way. It's attachment, secure attachment, if built correctly. And here's the psychological twist. When your dog chooses to follow you, your brain interprets that as social validation. You feel chosen, needed, important, and that feeling strengthens the bond even more. This is where it gets even deeper. Eye contact between humans and dogs increases oxytocin levels in both species. Yes, both. It's a feedback loop. You look at your dog, your oxytocin rises. They look at you. Theirs rises too. It's a two-way emotional exchange. That's rare in the animal world. It's one reason dogs feel different from other pets for many people. It feels like mutual understanding. But here's something people rarely talk about. Loving dogs can also reflect your desire for authenticity. Dogs don't pretend. If they're excited, they show it. If they're scared, you see it. If they trust you, it's obvious. There's no hidden agenda. In contrast, human relationships can be complex and layered. For some people, the simplicity of a dog's emotional world feels refreshing, real, honest. Have you ever felt your mood shift just by petting your dog? That's not imagination. Physical touch with a trusted animal lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. Your breathing slows. Your heart rate drops. It's a biological calming response. But the emotional layer is just as powerful. When you stroke your dog and they lean into your hand, your brain registers acceptance. That quiet moment says, "You are safe here." Now let's talk about loyalty. People often say dogs are loyal, but psychologically, loyalty in dogs is rooted in attachment bonding and reinforcement history. If you provide safety, food, affection, and structure, your dog builds a secure base around you. And here's the emotional mirror. Humans crave that same secure base. When you love dogs, you might deeply value loyalty in your own relationships. You appreciate consistency over drama, stability over chaos. But here's the part that hits hardest. Dogs live shorter lives than us, and yet we love them anyway. Why? Because loving a dog teaches presence. Dogs don't think about 5-year plans. They live in the now. When they play, they fully play. When they rest, they fully rest. Being around that mindset changes you. It pulls you out of constant worry. It reminds you that joy can be simple. A walk, a ball, a quiet evening. And maybe that's the real reason loving dogs feels so powerful. They reflect back the parts of us we sometimes forget. Playfulness, loyalty, curiosity, forgiveness. When your dog messes up and you forgive them, in seconds, you practice compassion. When they greet you like you've been gone for years, even if it's been 10 minutes, you experience pure enthusiasm. That emotional energy is contagious. This is where it all connects. Loving dogs isn't random. It shows that you respond strongly to emotional reciprocity, touch, and nonverbal communication. It suggests you value connection over status, presence over performance, trust over control, and when you understand the psychology behind it, your relationship with your dog becomes even more meaningful. So the next time your dog looks into your eyes or rests their head on your knee, remember, your brain is lighting up with bonding chemicals. Their brain is too. It's not just affection. It's co-evolution. It's biology, meeting emotion. It's two species, choosing each other again and again. If you love dogs, it's not just because they're cute. It's because they connect to something deep inside you, something ancient, something human. And the more you understand that, the more intentional your relationship becomes. You start noticing the small signals, the subtle shifts in body language, the silent conversations happening every day. And that's what Felinor is all about. Understanding your dogs on a deeper level, not just training them, but truly knowing them. Because when you understand the psychology behind their behavior, you don't just become a better owner, you become a better partner to them. If you want to understand your dogs on a deeper level, subscribe to Felinor, because the more we understand them, the stronger the bond becomes. And that bond, it's one of the most powerful emotional connections we'll ever experience.